Valery Rozov was a pioneer in the world of extreme sports, known for his incredible skydiving stunts and breathtaking base jumps. With a reputation for pushing the boundaries of human flight, Rozov's daring jumps from incredible heights made him a legend in the world of adventure sports. But his fearless pursuit of new records came with a heavy price. Join us as we delve into the thrilling achievements and the tragic final moments of Valery Rozov, exploring the highs of his legendary career and the somber end that marked his final heart-stopping jump. Valery Rozov was born on December 26, 1964, in Nizhny Novgorod, Russia. From a young age, he was captivated by the thrill of heights, a passion that would later define his career in base jumping. His father, a dedicated mountaineer, shared his love for nature and adventure. Together, they tackled rugged peaks and explored challenging landscapes, sparking Valery's fascination with climbing and adrenaline. Growing up near towering cliffs and mountains, Valery's excitement for altitude grew. His insatiable curiosity drove him to climb trees and improvise structures, always seeking that exhilarating rush only high places could provide. But it wasn't until his teenage years that he experienced a moment that would change his life. He stumbled upon a documentary about extreme sports, which opened his eyes to a new world of excitement. In an interview with Mountain.ru, he recalled, "The first time I saw it, it was a French parachute jumper leaping off a wall in the Alps with all his climbing gear. I was blown away. Captivated by the sight of people diving off cliffs and flying through the sky, Valery knew he had found his true passion in the thrilling world of base jumping." In 1998, Valery Rozov's adventure into extreme sports began. In an interview with BBC News after his daring jump from Cho-Oyu, Valery shared that his journey started with climbing. He then moved on to skydiving, where he refined his skills as he soared through the sky. But it was base jumping that truly captured his heart. This sport, which tests both physical strength and mental toughness, became his greatest passion. Despite the dangers involved, Valery mastered base jumping by delving into the physics of flight, understanding parachute mechanics, and embracing the risks. His family played a crucial role in his journey, offering steadfast support and encouragement. Even though Valery felt they might not fully grasp the extent of his adventures, their belief in him was vital to his success. Ironically, despite his deep involvement in extreme sports, Valery was cautious about his own children getting involved in such high-risk activities, fully aware of the challenges and dangers they posed. With every jump, Valery Rozov pushed the limits of what seemed possible. His daring feats earned him a reputation for bravery and boldness, leading to his nickname, the Limitless Man. His relentless drive to challenge himself defined his career and made him a legend. From his early days, Valery's life was marked by an insatiable thirst for adventure, always reaching for the skies. Valery Rozov's career was marked by extraordinary feats, but one of his most daring moments came in 2009. At the age of 44, he took on a challenge like no other, leaping into the heart of an active volcano. Picture the scene. Valery diving into the fiery depths of Russia's Matnovsky volcano on the Kamchatka Peninsula, driven by fearless determination. The mission was complex and ambitious. Valery's team included 8 cameramen, 3 guides, 2 photographers, and 4 support staff. They arrived at the peninsula on April 10, 2009, with plans to jump into the snow-covered crater of the volcano. However, harsh weather conditions prevented them from scouting a safe landing spot. After enduring 8 days of waiting, Valery decided it was time to make the jump. The team used a Mi-8 helicopter to transport them 500 meters above the volcano. Valery took a deep breath, executed a backflip off the helicopter, and plunged headlong into the volcano. For 40 seconds, he soared through the air in his wingsuit before landing safely on the hard snow within the crater. In 2010, Valery Rozov took on a daring challenge in the heart of Antarctica. Despite the bone-chilling temperatures of minus 30 degrees Celsius, he leapt from the stunning Olvatana Peak, a breathtaking sight in the frozen wilderness. Reflecting on this extraordinary jump, Valery described it as feeling like an astronaut in space, a journey that brought him profound satisfaction and lasting joy. Just 2 years later, in 2012, Valery tackled another incredible feat, a jump from about 21,062 feet off Shivling in the Himalayas. Shivling, a majestic peak towering around 21,467 feet above sea level, presented a unique set of challenges. Valery meticulously planned this jump, dealing with the thin air, freezing temperatures, and the technical complexities of such a high-altitude leap. The pinnacle of his career came in 2013, with the world's highest base jump from the north face of Mount Everest. At 42, Valery stood on the edge of Everest's peak, 23,687 feet above sea level, at 2:30 p.m. on May 5th. With temperatures at -18 degrees Celsius and strong winds, he leapt into the void wearing a wingsuit. The initial phase of the jump was critical, as the thin air made it harder to transition from free fall. However, once stabilized, he reached speeds of 201 kilometers per hour during a dramatic 1-minute descent, landing triumphantly on the Rongbuk Glacier at 19,521 feet. But Valery Rozov wasn't finished making history. In 2016, he surpassed his own record by taking on Cho Oyu, the 6th highest mountain in the world, with a breathtaking jump from 25,262 feet. On October 5th, after a 21-day expedition to reach the jump point, Rozov executed the leap. He spent 90 seconds in free fall before deploying his parachute and gliding for about 2 minutes before landing safely on a glacier. This remarkable feat was part of the number FXTM base jump project, a collaboration with FXTM, a globally recognized Forex broker. Rozov expressed his excitement, saying, "Jumping from Cho Oyu has been one of my lifelong ambitions, and achieving this goal as part of the number FXTM base jump project is a fantastic feeling." Valery Rozov's approach to life was a blend of boldness, passion, and relentless drive. He saw every challenge not as a hurdle but as an opportunity for extraordinary experiences. His bravery was evident in every jump he made, whether plunging into the heart of a volcano or leaping from the highest mountains. He faced danger with a steady resolve, fully aware of the risks yet confident in his skills. Even with the intense adrenaline of his stunts, Valery maintained a calm and thoughtful demeanor. He meticulously planned each jump, refining his technique, respecting the environment, and tackling every challenge with a mix of humility and enthusiasm. According to Red Bull, Valery was a person of strong spirit, professionalism, and modesty. He was full of energy, a perpetual dreamer, always burning with new ideas and projects. For the Russian legend, Red Bull wrote, "Boundaries are meant to be pushed, and limits are meant to be exceeded. Nothing seemed too challenging for him." Valery Rozov was celebrated in the extreme sports world as a true pioneer and legend. His groundbreaking achievements in base jumping and mountaineering earned him iconic status among fellow thrill seekers. In the close-knit extreme sports community, Valery was not only admired for his fearless feats, but also respected for his rigorous approach to safety and preparation. Known for his meticulous planning, he set a high standard for responsible risk-taking in a sport often seen as reckless. Valery stressed the importance of thorough preparation, working with partners like Red Bull and FXTM to ensure every detail was accounted for months in advance. He understood that waiting for the right conditions was better than rushing into dangerous situations. In an interview with Mutanin.ru, Valery described his unique thrill. "Combining base jumping with mountains brings a pleasure that's hard to match. It's a mix of activities, hiking or climbing in stunning landscapes followed by intense action, and then relaxing with friends at a bar, recounting how we survived the latest adventure." Valery's words vividly capture his deep passion for blending mountain exploration with base jumping. For him, it wasn't just about the gravity-defying leaps. It was a blend of breathtaking experiences coming together into one incredible adventure. The jumps were only part of it. The real joy came from sharing stories with friends and creating lasting memories. But on November 11, 2017, tragedy struck. Valery Rozov had set his sights on Amadablam in the Himalayas, a towering peak at 22,349 feet, 6,812 meters. A jump that was meant to become the highlight of his career. Valery was on a quest to base jump from the highest mountains on each of the 7 continents, known as the 7 Summits Challenge. His jump was meticulously planned, and the team had prepared every detail, from studying weather patterns to mapping out jump trajectories and checking equipment thoroughly. Valery was supported by a skilled team dedicated to safety and logistics. Yet, as he prepared for his historic leap, an unforeseen problem emerged, a critical issue with his equipment. The jump began smoothly, but it soon became clear that something had gone terribly wrong. Whether it was a malfunction or an unexpected turn of events remains a haunting mystery, overshadowing what was meant to be a triumphant achievement. Valery, known for his precision and calculated risks, found himself in a situation that even his expertise couldn't handle. As the expedition organizers watched in horror, the renowned base jumper struggled to control his descent. His movements became erratic, and he fought desperately to regain stability. But his descent grew uncontrollably fast. The stunning Himalayas, which had once served as the dramatic backdrop for his daring feats, now bore silent witness to a tragedy. His final attempt to conquer the skies ended in a heartbreaking crash, marking a sorrowful moment in extreme sports and highlighting the inherent dangers of such high-stakes pursuits. He jumped but crashed into the mountainside and did not survive. Mingma Gelu Sherpa from the 7 Summits Club, which organized the expedition, told AFP. According to the Kathmandu-based newspaper, Himalayan Times, Valery Rozov tragically crashed into a cliff while leaping from a mountain in a wingsuit. The news of his death sent shockwaves around the world, serving as a stark reminder of the inherent risks of pushing the limits and the dangers involved in extreme sports. Red Bull, who had collaborated with Valery since 2004, confirmed his passing over the weekend and extended their condolences to his family. They described him as a highly professional athlete and aerial adventurer who was constantly challenging himself with ever more difficult goals. After Valery Rozov's tragic accident, search and rescue teams sprang into action to find him, and his body was eventually discovered in the harsh terrain of the Shmanovsky region, close to Amadablam Peak, where he had been attempting his daring jump. His sponsors, Red Bull and the 7 Summits Club, who organized the expedition, were among those who announced his death. Valery's rescue efforts were hampered by the rugged landscape as he was trapped deep in a crevasse. Despite the heroic efforts of Sherpas, expert mountaineers from Nepal, and other rescuers, the harsh conditions made the mission nearly impossible. Helicopters were unable to land in the treacherous area, complicating the recovery even further. After a grueling and challenging effort, Valery's remains were finally recovered. Valery's passing sent ripples through extreme sports, mourning a pioneer, teaching fans to embrace life and highlighting extreme sports' unpredictability. Valery's legacy as a daring adventurer continues to inspire many, but his tragic accident also underscored the inherent risks of extreme sports. This led to important conversations about the need for strict safety protocols, careful planning, and ongoing risk assessment. In the wake of his death, experienced base jumpers began hosting workshops and seminars focused on safety and emergency preparedness. While no sweeping changes were made globally, some regions where base jumping is allowed introduced stricter guidelines to improve safety in honor of Valery's memory. Valery Rozov, known as the Limitless Man or the Russian Superman, lived a life that pushed the boundaries of possibility. His fearless jumps and relentless drive earned him legendary status in extreme sports. Valery showed the world that limits are meant to be broken and adventure is always on the horizon.